Hey everybody, Milton Davis here. Just wanted to touch base with you to get you up on what's up to date with Ngolo Diaspora #2. We are coming up on to 1 day remaining in our Kickstarter. We are 96% funded. We are only $235 away from this being a successful Kickstarter. I want to start off by thanking everyone who has contributed so far. Thank you so much for getting us to this point. But the reality is that we still have $235 to go. And we want to make that today. We're tired of the suspense. We want to go ahead and close that out today. And it's real simple. I mean, if some of you, just to give you some background on it, this comic book series is based on an award-winning script that was written by yours truly and Balagoon Ojitade. We wrote this script back in 2012. 2 years later, we submitted it to the Urban Action Showcase screenplay contest, which we won in 2014. And since that time, we've been discussing how to basically present this and develop this script into something more than just some few pages in our hand. And so a few years ago, we decided to partner up with PETA Entertainment, owned by Peter Daniels. And if you're not familiar with PETA Entertainment, you need to get familiar with them. They're an amazing company out of Nigeria. They're creating some amazing comic books, and some of them you need to have in your hands, and some of them you actually can get through what we're doing right now. And the three of us got together, and that's how we produced Ngolo Diaspora issue #1. A lot of you supported that particular Kickstarter. It was very successful, and you have those comic books in your hand right now. So what we're trying to do now is continue telling the story, and we're trying to do comic book #2. If you read the first book, you know it ended with our one of our blood men, Malcolm, about to fulfill a contract. And book 2 starts off with a bang. It starts off with this action going on, where you get a chance to see Malcolm in action, and you get the chance to see how deadly the blood men are. And so this comic book continues with the action throughout. But again, the only way we can produce that is for you guys to contribute so we can move on to book 2. I mean, the pledge levels are pretty basic. We have at the $5 level, you get the digital copy, I'm sorry. And at the $10 level, you get the physical copy. But we have some other levels available as well. We also have what we call the MV Media comic bundle, and I can show you these comic books right now. If you pledge at that level, you get, of course, you get Ngolo Diaspora #1. You get The Blood Seekers, which is a sword and soul graphic novel based on my story, The Blood Seekers. You get Changa and the Jade Obelisk #1, and you also get Changa and the Jade Obelisk #2. So that's a pledge level. And in addition to that, also you also get the Ngolo Diaspora issue #2. That pledge level, I'm gonna look it up and give y'all. Actually, you got 2 levels where you can get that. You have the MV Media digital comic bundle, where you will get all those comic books as digital copies. I know some of you guys don't have the room to put all these comic books, so you get the digitals. So you can get all these. That's going to be part of your MV Media digital comic bundle, and that's a $20 pledge. You also have the MV Media comic bundle, physical comic bundle, which I'm looking for right now. Here it is. That's at $35. So at $35, you get all these. Now, this is a limited pledge level. We've only got 12 available on that level. 20 available on that level, and we have 12 left right now. So if you want to pledge and get all those comic books, you can get the same thing. We also have a PETA Studio level, and I got a couple of PETA Studio comic books. I have the Cheoma series, which is an excellent series as well. This is a Sword and Soul series. If you're in the Sword and Soul and you want to see a Sword and Soul comic book, you need to be following Cheoma. Cheoma is an excellent series, and PETA Studio has a number of other comic books as well. Like I said, please go to their site, check out and see what they have. And for those of you who want to really invest in what we're doing, we have an ultimate collector bundle at $100, where you get Ngolo Diaspora 1 Ngolo Diaspora 2, Chonga and the Jade Obelisk number 1, Chonga and the Jade Obelisk number 2, the Cheoma series, which is 3 books, the Mbuzi series, the Newborn series. I mean, this is like a bunch of comic books all together. So if you're really into comic books and you're really into indie comic books, that $100 Ultimate Creator Bundle would be an excellent choice. And say you want to be a little bit more involved, we have a Meet the Creators level. Well, actually, if you pledge at this level, you get everything in all the previous pledge levels. In addition to, you get a chance to meet with yours truly, Balogun Ojitade, and Peter Daniels, where we can talk to you about the project and discuss other things available as far as the creating process and stuff like that. It'll be a Zoom meeting online, so you can be anywhere and we can meet there and we can have a discussion. And then, of course, you have what we call the executive producer level. This is at $1,500, where you actually are listed as an executive producer on this project, and you get all of the rewards that are ahead of this, all the previous rewards. In addition to, you get a chance to look at the storyboards that we created when we were doing this, as well as the scripts. So another reason that we're looking for support on this is because we originally envisioned this concept as a movie. And it's something that we hope at some point we will be able to move forward and do. And I mentioned this before, but when you're making a movie, one of the first things that you do is you develop a storyboards. That way, the director and everyone involved in the movie can get an idea of how everything is going to flow. They frame it out to get an idea of how things are going to look like. And actually, by developing comic books and developing graphic novels, we are basically producing storyboards for that movie process. So we're actually killing 2 birds with 1 stone, I guess you can say. And that's one reason. That's another reason why it's really important that we do this comic book series. There's never been a African martial arts movie, and people say, "Oh yeah, you had African martial arts movies," but we're talking about African martial arts series that actually is focused on African martial arts. And that's what we're doing with this series. It's an ideal that I had a long time ago, being a martial artist myself and not being as aware of the different martial arts from the continent of Africa as I should have been. But by working on this project and by working with Balogun and by working with Peter, I was able to learn a lot about this. And it's really exciting to be able to incorporate this knowledge into a storyline. For some of you who are new to what Ngolo Diaspora is, I give you a brief background on it. The storyline is basically we're in a near future where assassination is part of the political process. If politicians are in a situation where they're at a disagreement, they can actually put a contract out on each other. There's a grace period and during that time period, the politicians can come together and discuss whatever differences that they have and hopefully work out a solution. But if it's not done within that time period, then the contracts become active. And then that means you have somebody out trying to assassinate you, and you also hire people to protect you. And in this future world, these particular people who carry out these contracts are organized into guilds. And the guilds are actually legally sanctioned. Each guild basically has a different martial arts that they specialize in. And there's certain rules on how these things are supposed to be done. And the guild that we're talking about is the Bloodmen Guild. And the Bloodmen Guild focus on African martial arts. They have become, over the years, the most popular and the most deadliest guild in this particular world, in this scenario. So much so that now people are actually conspiring to get rid of them. And that's what Ngolo Diaspora is all about. We also are doing at the same time where we're doing the comic books, we're also doing a novella series. There is an Ngolo Diaspora #1 novella, which is the story of the first comic book, in addition to some short stories about some of the characters. And actually right now, Balogun is working on the Ngolo Diaspora #2 novella, which will be a continuation of the story in novella form. And plus we'll be having some little additional storylines to go with that. So that's basically it. That's what we're doing right now. Again, like I said, we are 96% funded, and we appreciate all your contributions and your support. We're only $235 away. So basically, if 30 of y'all decided to say we're going to go on the $10 level and we're going to get the physical copy of the book when it's complete, then we're there. We're golden. You know, on the same time, if 60 of y'all decided, hey, you know, we want to get the digital copy and you pledge for $5, then we're there again. We're also trying to raise, you know, beyond that, because what actually happens in this, being realistic about what happens when you do these pledges and stuff, as you get closer to the end date or the end time, there's some people that may have to decide for various reasons that they can no longer support the project, and they'll basically, you know, take, you know, they'll take back their pledge, and that's cool. I understand how that works and stuff like that. That's why it's always great for us to get like over the amount, because that way it ensures us that when that happens, that we'll still make our goal. Again, Kickstarter is all or nothing. Either we get all the money or we don't get any of the money. So that's how it works. So again, appreciate your support. I hope you can take the time and look at the project. I hope you like what you see, and if you do, I hope you make a pledge. If you've already made a pledge, I hope that you will share it with your friends or people that you think might be interested in the project. We know how things work these days as far as spreading the word, and it always works best when you're sharing it directly with people and letting them see what's going on, and hopefully they'll look at it and they'll like it and they'll make a pledge as well. But like I said, we're only we have 25 hours to go. This will be over. This whole Kickstarter will wind up tomorrow afternoon, 12 p.m. So hopefully between now and then we can reach our goal, and hopefully for those of you who haven't pledged, you may be that person to help us reach that goal. So we appreciate what you have done. We appreciate what you're going to do. And hey, I'm going to post a link to the Kickstarter after this live presentation is complete, so you can go there and make a pledge. And we're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to continuing this series for you. Y'all take care. Peace.